Under the shadow of the Cold War, Berlin became the front line of the standoff between the East and West. In 1949, Germany was divided into East Germany and West Germany, and the city of Berlin, caught in the vortex of the Cold War, was also bisected by a high wall, the Berlin Wall. East Berlin belonged to the communist East Germany, while West Berlin was an island of the free world, surrounded by communist states. The wall not only divided the city but also separated families and destroyed lives, becoming a symbol of oppression versus freedom during the Cold War era. As time passed, the Berlin Wall became a barrier that those seeking freedom from the iron fist of communist rule had to overcome. Many who attempted to cross the wall failed, and some even paid with their lives. However, the desire for freedom never extinguished, and stories of protests and escapes inspired every heart yearning for freedom. By 1989, the winds of reform had swept across Eastern Europe, inspired by the Soviet leader Gorbachev's policies of glasnost, openness, and perestroika, restructuring. The dissatisfaction of the East German people reached a boiling point. On November 9th, an event triggered by a misunderstanding suddenly changed the course of history. The East German government announced that citizens could visit West Germany and West Berlin, leaving many to question whether this was really happening. That night, thousands of East Berliners rushed to the borders, demanding passage to West Berlin. Faced with the pressure of the people, border guards could not maintain order and eventually opened the gates. People cheered as they crossed the Berlin Wall, embracing the West Berliners waiting on the other side. That night, residents of both East and West Berlin celebrated together, with the Berlin Wall no longer being a symbol of isolation and division, but a scene of reunion and freedom. Subsequently, the Berlin Wall was gradually dismantled, symbolizing the end of the Cold War and the hope for German reunification. The fall of the wall was not only a sign of the easing tensions between the East and West, but also symbolized humanity's relentless pursuit of freedom and peace. The story of the Berlin Wall reminds us that no matter how long the separation, the desire for freedom and human dignity will ultimately triumph over oppression and isolation.